Lingo, man. Let's get straight to it. On my personal Facebook page, for all you guys that follow me, I've been sharing motivational videos and just quick little 6 minute, 3 minute videos, and I never really go in detail with some of these topics. Today, I want to talk and let's focus on about you getting you a hustle. For all you guys that follow me with the audio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google, I appreciate it. So basically, this just gonna be the video portion of it. The reason why it's so important for us to get a hustle is because you have to have something on your own. A man told me one time, he said, poor is a mouse that only has one hole. Poor is a mouse that only has one hole. Like when you block that hole, if he inside of it, he's trapped and he got to try to dig his way out. But if you block it and he's outside of it, he just lost his home. So a mouse that only have one way in and one way out, he's in trouble. So you take that same thing and apply it to your life. If you only got one way in and one way out, you're in trouble, man. That means you're totally dependent upon a job, corporate America, whatever, to take care of you. Now, people, I talk a bunch of, a lot of you gonna say, "Nah, I'm dependent upon God," and truthfully, I depend upon the Lord too. Without a shadow of a doubt, because I know without Him there wouldn't be no way. But at the end of the day, you also have a mind, you have thinking capacity, you have hands, you got desires. You have most of us even working in fields we don't even want to work in. So that being said, when you totally just sold out for the job, you go do your 8 hours and your 8 and skate, and you just come home, chill. You go buy what you got the latest and greatest everything. But at the end of the day, if they lay you off tomorrow, you're going to say, I'll be okay. But the truth of the matter is, you got to depend upon the unemployment to get you by until you can find another job or whatever. Now, just imagine if you took the passion that you have, because everybody has a passion. Everybody has something that they like to do, but just imagine if you figured out how to make money with it. If you figured out, let's say your passion is, my sister-in-law cook, she liked to cook, she liked to bake, and she's figured out she got a company she started called Nana's Bread. So she's making money with her passion now, So just imagine you take something that you enjoy doing and decide and figure out how to make money with it. Let me tell you a story. One day, man, there was a guy used to work for the company I work for now, right? And this dude, he was the CTO. Like, he was pretty high up on the food chain. He making good money. And, almost everybody was under him at the whole company. He was on the C level. Anybody know about the C level report to the board of the company. So he was high up on the food chain. And basically, it wasn't working out. They had to get rid of somebody, so they chose to get rid of him, but they didn't do it callously. A lot of places you go to work, they just going to get rid of you. You show up, get your box, go. But they didn't do it like that. They gave him pretty much a heads up. When the first of the year turned, they put him on 3 days a week. Then they called him down to 2 days a week. Then they brought him down to like 1 day a week. But basically giving him the heads up, letting him know that, hey, it's about to be over. All right, so eventually it got to the end. They couldn't hold him on any longer. It's just that on that. He showed up to work one day, gracefully come shake everybody's hand. He didn't just skate out in the middle of the night, never show back up. He came, shook everybody's hand, and he came to my office. Man, I'm going to tell you something. This is one of the most impactful meetings I ever had in my life. He came in my office and he was like, Larry, man, blah, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. You always had a great attitude. I really enjoy working with you, man. Hopefully we'll meet each other again on better terms, man. Take care of yourself, your family, that. So I'm just chatting him up, asking him like, okay, so what you about to do? Like, what's the situation? You got a job offer or anything? He was like, no, I can't find anything. He told me, he said, I'm too old right now, so people don't really want to hire me. I was like, okay. He said, but I'm about to sell my house. I'm thinking about buying me a franchise. I'm like, cool. This dude about to land on his feet. But he said, I'm about to sell my house and get a franchise. And I was like, well, cool, man. I was like, good. Then they did you a favor. Conversation turned left. He said, but I don't want to. I mean, this is exactly how this man said it. But I don't want to. I want a safe job. That's what he said to me. And he was about to cry. His face started getting red and his voice started cracking. He said, I want a job. But that's what I want. I want a job. And I was like, whoa. Then I was like, but why, man? Like, but you got the money. You said you got equity in your house. You're going to sell your house and buy you a franchise. I don't want to do that. I want to go to work. I want to get paid in 2 weeks. I said, wow. He had became so dependent upon someone else's dream. Now, for you who don't know, when you go to work at somebody's job every day, what you're doing is you trading your time to help them achieve their dream. Private owned companies. Now, if you work for like a government, municipalities, etc., then we know that's a little bit different. But in corporate America, private owned businesses, you're trading your job, your time to help somebody else live their dream. So, the owner of the company, maybe trying to make $10 billion. So you trading your time, and he's saying, okay, you're trading your time to help him reach his dream at a cost. So he's saying, okay, this is how much you're worth to me to help me achieve my dream. To me, you worth $100,000. Cause if you're on, they're not gonna pay you unless you are valuable to that end. The end justify the means. So if they pay you $100,000, it's because you have that value to help them achieve the dream. But what about your dream? That's the whole thing. It's nothing wrong with being an employee. It's nothing wrong with that, because I feel like that's a hustle too. You're trading time for money, skill set, time for money. But if you only have that one stream of income, that only way to make money, what's going to happen if somebody take that away from you? You can't get so complacent with this system and think it's going to always be there for you. Scott, I feel like, okay, we all trusting in the Lord and everything, but I also feel like that's a way of like abusing the opportunities that you given. You given an opportunity to do something great, but you don't want to take it because you complacent working a job. This man literally was about to cry, got a way out. Like, he told me his house is on a golf course. He got plenty of equity in it, probably sell it and make, $100,000. Got away, has a way, but don't want to do it. Complacent, want to come to work, get a paycheck, go home. That it was so sad to me, man. And for me, it was like, am I gonna become that? Because they say, if you want to know what you're gonna become, just look at the older people in the place you work, or look at the people you're around. I got scared, man. Like, for real. Like, I was like, whoa. And it wasn't like a lack of faith or anything, because I understand that, the work that you got to do, you going to have to do it. And then I started looking at the other older people at the company I worked for, right? So even when this guy left my office, he was about to cry. He marched out. He even went up to the office, up the hallway, and eventually talked to this lady and started crying. And she told me, like, man, he broke down and started crying in here. I was like, wow, man. Like that. I know your job, your stream of income means something, but we took it to a point where you got people that's coming to work shooting up places because they lost their job. Like, this how sad it's got. When all you had to do was take you a lawnmower and cut some grass and make your own money. Like, this man have an opportunity, but he don't even want to take it because it's complicated, because it's going to take a lot of effort. Get you a hustle. Young folks, you watching this. Old people. You are never too old to hustle. That lady, if you see the story about the lady, I think she like 91. She got a role in Black Panther. 91. Most 71-year-olds just sitting in the house waiting to die. This lady, 91. Think about the mindset of somebody 90 years old submitting her headshots or submitting an audition tape of herself to a production company. Think about it, going to audition a 91-year-old. When the bulk of the people, 80, send somewhere, well, the grands are coming over today. So I just feel like for us, life ain't over until you give up. What are we waiting on? Like if you not hustling, right? You working to retire. For what? The only thing waiting on you is a casket. For those who don't know, the only thing that's waiting that you have coming is a casket. Point blank, period. That's all you have coming. You don't have this life is not it says not a destination, it's a journey. That we all working until we get to retirement age. So then what? Then I'ma just chill. No. The only thing you have coming is a casket. So you gotta live this thing to the fullest. Get your hustle. Find your way to make some money doing what you love. Find your way to generate another form of income doing what you love. That's, and then I listened to one guy, he said success is finding out what you love. It's easy. You could do it for free. You don't have to make no money doing it. You passionate about it. You will stay up late at night. When you get home, you thinking about it. When you tired, you'll still do it, and you don't need money. You don't need recognition. You'll do it, and nobody have to clap. You do it. That's what you're passionate about. Don't sell yourself so short that you feel as if all you are is an employee, all you are is a parent, or all you are is no, man. That's greatness. That's greater things. That's why when I see somebody pursuing it, it looks odd, when you don't understand. If you don't understand, it looks odd. It looks weird, when you see somebody pursuing that. You see somebody working themselves dog tired, working themselves out. It looks crazy if you don't understand. My encouragement, I know this ain't for everybody, right? Everybody not going to be a business owner, but everybody can have them a hustle. Everybody not going to be a business owner. Listen, you don't have to own a big building to be successful. You don't have to do that. You can sell plates. My uncle, man, I'll never forget my uncle. My uncle, bro. My uncle used to sell plates in the hood. And, he could cook too, right? But this man, check this out. This man had issues at birth. This man, they probably said things about him like he would never do this, he would never do this. This man said, no. Now, ever since I knew this man, he always was the candy man. He always sold sodas out his house. He always had a grind. Always. And he worked a job. I remember he used to come home. He used to work at one of the universities down. He was a cook. He'd come home. Them dudes used to be waiting on him to get home to make plates. Find you a grind. Poor is the mouse that only have one hole. Find it. There is something you could do. There is something. I'm telling you. Do not be so dependent upon your job. What if you come to work, right? And let's say you work for a government municipality, because a lot of times people be, you could ride those government jobs out. Let's say you come to work and they just get rid of your whole department. You ain't gonna never have, we'll know. You don't know that. You don't know that. You can't say that. Or we'll know. How you know? How you know? Stranger things have happened, right? We're in a time now where people are getting furloughed from their positions. Find you a hustle. What am I going to do, Larry? I don't know. I collect computer parts. I scrap them. And then a lot of times with the hustle, you find another hustle when you hustle. The reason why you can't find a hustle is because you ain't hustling. You meet people who drive for Uber and they talk with people, right? And they find other hustles from hustling. I was talking to my son the other night. I said, he wanted me to check one of his tracks out. I said, what you doing? He said, I just left this little side hustle. I said, oh yeah, that my kind of talk. What you doing? Oh, blah, 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 blah. But how'd you get that hustle? Oh, I was at work, man, and I was doing this and I was doing that talking. And then another hustle came about. Most of the time, money is drawn to people who going out there and pursuing it. The reason why you may not know what a hustle at is because you ain't trying to hustle. But when you start trying to hustle and you start saying, you know what, let me see what's going on with this. Let me try that. Let me try this. Then you may find you a hustle. That's my encouragement right there. Find your hustle, you know. And then you got to be a hustler mind. You got to have a hustler's mind. Like your mind, you got to have, it's not even just entrepreneur. That's the correct word for a hustler. Entrepreneur. You got to have that kind of mind. But you got to have the kind of mind that you can see opportunity when nobody else can see it. See, the one thing about cats who are entrepreneurs and hustlers, they got their eagle eye out. They always looking for the come up. So when they walk in the building, you looking at the wall and the color of the paint. These cats looking at over here. Oh man, these people, I probably can see if I can get buddy. They need somebody to mop these floors in. Let me go talk to him because this floor a mess. Oh man, matter of fact, you looking at the color, but he looking at the wall dirty. You know what, man? I'm finna get this cleaner business off the ground. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We done got in college and got these education and got these positions. And guess what? Labor is beneath us now. Hard work is beneath us. And then we, when I say we, I'm talking about American people complaining about Hispanics and the people from the islands and Africans coming over here and making it rich and going back to their country doing work that we don't want to do. Because we just got satisfied working in our corporate job, making 50 grand a year, taking our 2 vacations a year, swiping up our credit cards, buying Christmas gifts and all this stuff. We done got so satisfied with that we don't even want to pursue greatness anymore. Living to just pay bills. Living to buy the next greatest thing. Your value is in your clothing or your value in your house or your value in your car. I ain't throwing no shots, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you ain't really doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing with the precious time and the opportunity that you giving. When somebody wish they had it. It's somebody taking their last breath right now. Wish they had what you have right now. You got to find you something. If you can clean real good, then clean. You say, you know what, I'm going to clean. My cousin, she clean people's businesses, clean people's houses, because that's what she could do. And she obviously must like to do it. Find something. When did we get so complacent as a race that we could just depend upon these corporations? And then we go to the government. We want the government to help us. And we mad because the government saying no. When you step out your door, you should see opportunity. Are you a consumer? That's the thing. Like, the world look at Americans as consumers. I was in Mexico and they was like, come over here, hey, buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later. You American. Come on. Buy now, pay later. That the world just see us as consumers. Not in no ingenuity. We have to farm in. We have to ship in. Import ingenuity. We have to import the hustler mindset. The Hispanics come over here, bro, cutting grass. He painting. This dude right here, you look at him, right? You see 10 of them. You see 10 hustlers. Straight up. He do bricks. He know carpentry. He do mason. I'm talking about legit. For some reason with the African American community, we got to the point where hustling means selling weed or selling dope. Man, that ain't the only way to make money. You see these girls they're doing hand apartment. Girl, get it. You know what I mean? Like, for real. You see these guys, he go to work every day, but then he'll bust a fade. He'll cut somebody's hair on the side. Man, go get that money. For real. It's all these opportunities out here that we have, but we won't explore them because we've gotten so complacent with working. What you gonna do when you turn 60 and they tell you gotta leave your job, but you still feel like you young, but they don't want to pay you that 60-year-old money anymore. So they trying to tell you need to go ahead and leave. What you gonna do? So I feel like this is the stage I'm in right now. I'm starting over. I ain't saying I'm quitting. I'm saying I'm starting over. I'm pressing reset right now. I want to reinvent myself. I listened to a guy. He said that he went to his 50th class reunion, right? I'm listening to an audio book. He said he went to his 50th class reunion. He said when he got in there, it amazed him, all those old people, because he still feel young. Now he like 60-something. He said that when he left that he made a list of how not to get old. He said, you got to keep learning. You got to keep reinventing yourself. You got to ask a ton of questions. You know, you got to not be self-centered, because old people are self-centered. Say old people, all they do want to talk about their ailments and how much medication they taking. He said you got to stand up straighter because old people slouch. He said you got to stand up straight. He said older people get their own care attitude, you know. And I feel like a hustler do that too. Like your hustle, like that grind. Like I'm selling pies, the legitimate one. I'm selling cakes. I'm out here. I'm selling fish plates out my house. I'm braiding hair. I'm cutting grass. you know what? I fix people's computers. Yeah, man. Keep your mind open for that. Don't get so. And it is nothing too small, cause money spends regardless of how you got it. So if you clean toilets to make money, that same toilet cleaning money will spend just like buddy who make corporate America money. Money is money. But the deal is you won't fall up in nobody's office and be ready to jump out a window because they let you go. So your hustle affords you the opportunity that, you know what? Y'all let me go. That means I could pick up more customers. That means, you know what? I got to go hit my grind hard. Nothing wrong with a job. A job is a hustle too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that ain't your life. I seen my daddy, man. He gone now. You know, I loved him. When he stopped working, it was like, I always talk to him like, Daddy, man, won't you, like, get a tomato stand or something? You know what I mean? Like, do something on your own. Nah, he didn't want to do it. The only way he knew to make money was going to work. I see my granddaddy. I love my granddaddy. And I got two. One of them is a bona fide hustler, like straight up. Like he right now, I talked to him probably about 6 months ago. I've talked to him before then, but since then. But about 6 months ago, before my daddy died, he said, that was probably about a year ago. He said, I need to talk to your dad. I said, why? I said, cool. Well, why you want to talk to him? He said, because I'm about to build a house. You about to build a house? That man 80 years old. You about to build a house? Yeah, I need your daddy to help me. I talked to my dad, and my dad like an old man, like, cause his worth was attached to his job. His worth was attached to that, and his friendships was attached to that. And I talked to my granddaddy. My granddaddy, he drove for the bus company down here in Atlanta, Marta, and he still talk about Marta. And he do good, but I just feel like life is more than a job. Life is more than a job. If you can't do nothing but figure out how to make candles and sell scented candles, do that. I met a lady at the flea market. I'm out there hustling on selling some different stuff. I buy these pallets of merchandise and I sell it. So I'm at the flea market. I met a lady. She out there selling her own candles. She done made her own candle brand and she's selling it. I think I spent 50 with her one day, 50 with her another day. Because I respect that. I respect that. I respect somebody who say, you know what, while I'm working, I ain't saying I'm a hustle as a response to me losing my job. I'm talking about right now while I'm still comfortable. I'm still hungry enough to get up and go grind on the side. Grind until your grind turn into your job. And then you can show up at your job one day, instead of them letting you go, you walk in and say, hey, y'all, man, I did $150,000 last year on my hustle, but I only did $100 on this job. I think I'm getting ready to have to let this job go. Because I believe if I put more time, effort, and focus in my hustle, I could probably make $300 this year. Ain't nothing wrong with the grind, y'all. Don't be a victim of this cycle. You got a thinking capacity, right? You got a mind. You have hands. You have eyes. You have feet, legs. There's a way to make some money. In this country, there's a way to make money. If you've never really been outside of the country, please do that, because you'll go to places and you'll see where opportunities are not as it is here. Here in this country, a man with a dream can fulfill that dream. You can decide, you know what, I'm going to sell oranges, and you can sell oranges, and you can grind and sell bottled waters on the corner, and you can fulfill your dream. You go to a lot of places, they can't just up and go and take a cooler and sell a bottle of water on the street. They can't just do that. It ain't just free like that. The police gonna shake you down, or the local crew gonna rob you. I mean, that's the way it is. It is what it is. But you in America, There's no reason that you don't have your grind. The only reason you have your grind is because you've gotten lazy and you've allowed yourself to depend upon somebody else. Someone else has control of your future. That's why you don't have a hustle. You've gotten so complacent that you said, you know what? I just want to help you fulfill your dream. You ain't even realizing your own. You will never realize it because you focused on helping somebody else fulfill theirs. You said, you know what? My boss gonna have a better house than me. My boss gonna go take his family on the vacations that I wish I could take my children and my family on. That's what you've said. Go grind. Go grind. We in the information era, for those who don't know, not the industrial area. The industrial area is when you could work a job, go to work in a steel manufacturer, car manufacturer. You could go to work and you could work after 30 years, you can get your pension. We not in that era anymore. You will not receive a pension unless you work for some government municipality, or you may work for a company that still provide it. But most of the people who are watching this video today will not receive a pension. You do not know where you dependent upon a 401k. And for anybody who understands how that works, that's dedicated by the stock market. It goes up and it goes down with the stock indexes, depending on what index you have it attached to. If you have it attached to municipality bonds, whatever you got attached to is out of your control. You can pull your money out of it and decide you want to do something else with it. But take your money and do something with it while you got it, while you can. Go buy your little rental property, Go finance it. If you can, money cheap now. Interest rates are low. Go finance it. Go get your $100,000 loan. Find your little spot somewhere and buy it. And get a laborer to help you fix it up and rent it out. Become something other than a victim. You hear me? I mean that. That means a lot. Build you something now while you got health in your body. It's like a cow. No. It's like a tree. If you take care of a tree now, you can sit in the shade later. You got a cow, a baby cow. You take care of it while it's young, you can drink off its milk for a long time. Do it now. Sell vegetables. Grow your garden and sell organic fruits. Think about it. If you like to grow stuff, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Go dig you a hole or go buy they got these boxes you can buy, or you can make boxes and put soil in them and grow you some tomatoes and go to a farmer's market once a month, twice a month or well, and sell your fruit and your vegetables. There your hustle goal for somebody looking. You could do that. If you like to cook and you can cook, I see a lot of my Facebook friends, these ladies and these men cooking and they selling their plates. That's what's up. I see around about this time of year, you see a lot of people with the trailers hooked up to the back of their trucks, and you just see smoke coming out the back of. Now the only problem I have with that is that all of us are chasing the same thing. There's more than one hustle. There's more than one type of hustle. Bro, you could do more than barbecue. I had a friend of mine. Here go another idea. I had a friend of mine. I like this cat, man. I really do. Because he always got some up. He used to take, he went and bought a slushing machine. The kind that makes slushies. And he made alcoholic beverages, right? I don't drink, and I'm not promoting this, but he made alcohol slushies. And used to take them out to the baseball fields and sell them to the parents out there while they sitting out there rooting their kids on. And he used to sell them for like $10 a piece, some big number. And he used to put them in a cooler. He made the slushies, and he didn't even make them on site. He made them and then put them in cups and took them out there, and then he sold them. Hustle. Come on. Just nasty with it. Just went and got it out the mud. You hear me? Out the mud. Just say, you know what, man, I can go do this. Don't lose your grind. That's what this podcast is about. This podcast is about you looking at yourself right now while you listening to this and saying, you know what, them some good ideas he throwing at me. I ain't never think about that. Let me try that. There's more than one hustle in town. There's more than one entrepreneur. And you don't have to be you don't have to have a lot of overhead to make money. A lot of chefs, a lot of people who can cook eventually say, I want to open up a restaurant. For what? You don't need a restaurant. You making money. I know this girl over here off Cover the Highway. This girl is making money. She got a tent she set up, and the girl food good. And and she's getting big. I see her I follow on Instagram. She got a couple of celebrity clients now. But guess where she at? You probably can go find her tomorrow, right over here on this road, selling rib sandwiches and rib plates and good top-notch food. I know these other guys I follow. They got a trailer over here and they be in the church, probably like the grind. You hear me? So that's my encouragement word today. That's Slick Lingo today. Get you a hustle. And if you already have one, throw as much time in it as you do somebody else's hustle. Your job is somebody else's hustle. They say if you'll do something 1 hour a day, if you'll study something 1 hour a day for 5 years, you'll be an industry expert in 5 years. That's what they say. So if you I like to take videos, I like to do audio. I'm studying. That's why every time you look at my video, you will see it get better because I'm learning something every week, every day. I'm trying to learn something, right? I want to be a beast. I want to be a beast at it. And if I make money doing it, cool. But I want to be a beast at it, so I'm studying. Appreciate you guys joining me. I really do. Take time, map it out. Don't do a whole lot of planning. I hate people who stay in that perpetual planning stage. They call that paralysis of analysis. Don't just get in that perpetual planning stage. I'm trying to prepare and plan this perfect way. It ain't never going to be perfect. Sometimes you just got to do it and you got to learn and you got to fail. And that's feedback. Failure is just feedback. When you fail at something, that's when you fail at it, that's the world telling you that ain't the right way to do it. That's the market telling you that ain't the right way to do it. So you got to listen. So if you make a cake today and it's nasty, don't get mad, man, I ain't going to never see, man, I should just go to work. No. Say, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Failure is only feedback. Hey, man, I'm about to bounce. I appreciate you guys joining me today. Be on the lookout for the next video. God bless you, man. I'll talk to you next time.